Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up, man.
Back to FOF Season 7 now. I'm here, joined with the legend, the overlord,
Bro.
Chris Sunga. This is why I want to do the intro, by the way. Just so I can
see.
be annoying. Yeah.
Okay, understood. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, week 4 for NFL Season 7. This is not the correct graphic nor is it. Actually, I think this is the correct draft, but the graphic is wrong. So yeah, we'll get to that shortly. This is Olympus Amber versus Pandas with Hats. I believe we'll get graphics sorted shortly. Silas Camille picked up on the side of Olympus Amber, and Maokai Syndra on the side of Pandas with Hats. Brendan, how are you? Give me a breakdown of this draft.
So I like Silas into tree creature a lot because
Okay.
Maokai ult is extremely strong to take. I actually really like OA's draft so far. Holy crap. Camille is really strong as always. Camille is just one of the best split pushers in the game. Syndra is strong if you are a Syndra player. I don't really know how strong Syndra is as a champion. Zaya is interesting because Zaya is a character that kind of anti-synergies with Maokai, because Maokai likes to go forward and likes to block targets down, and Zaya likes people to come into her with their feathers and these kind of things. But it's not like a terrible. It's like actually a really strong bot lane matchup together, but anti-synergies when it comes to team fights.
Sure. Yeah. We'll have to see how that goes. I do believe Spicy Baba is more or less like a Xerath Syndra player.
Yeah.
From what I understand, from what I remember from playing with him way back when. But yeah, Syndra picked up for Spicy Baba. Going to be a nice comfort pick. Early mid lane picks from both teams, unless Silas is a top laner now or a jungler now, or I don't know, who knows. But yeah, Red the Chair piloting Silas. Red the Chair also being one of the star players on Olympus Amber so far here in Season 7.
From my time of scouting the teams for the tournament, I believe Spicy Baba is a Syndra player. I think that's their most played champion.
Oh, okay.
I'm not positive, but I'm almost certain. And I have to say, PWH, even though they're 06, you guys look up the top, they've been an incredible team for the most part. They're easily the best undefeated or defeated team, I suppose, that we've ever had. Quote in particular, I thought has been extremely impressive.
Yes.
Lady carry role. They've had some roster issues so far. They've been taking out people, so I don't expect this team to be 06 for very long.
Yeah,
I think this is actually the game they could take it. I don't know.
Who knows? Bill the Pony coming in from staffing. He was working staff for a little bit until Subarashi had to. I believe he's on vacation at the moment. That's sort of the drawback of doing the season in the summer. Some people have 7 vacations, but it happens. It's a long season, so Bill the Pony playing in for him. Kaisa and Volibear taking over to the side of Olympus Amber. Thoughts on these picks for Olympus?
So me and Jeff in the FOF magazine, just to plug, have been really critical of OA's draft so far, but I really like their draft so far. There's a lot of easy play characters. We're going to see Set, the Giga Chad, locked in for. I'm getting blessed today. One of my favorite characters, Set.
Okay, P Sweezy piloting the Set today. Now, P Sweezy has also been a player that has gone for these sort of confidence picks, sort of ego picks, to say, hey, I'm pretty sure I'm a better top laner than you. I'm pretty sure I can prove it in this game. Obviously, with Pandas with Hats scoreline, it hasn't been the best for them. But Pandas with Hats also has had amazing early games throughout the rest of the season. But I think we're ready to get into the game. I think, producer, we're good to go. So here we go, Olympus Amber versus Pandas with Hats. We're going to get straight into the game shortly. The winner of this game will move up slightly in the standings. Should Pandas with Hats win this game, they'll finally be out of 10th place. Well, actually, I think they'd be tied for 10th place still with INT if they were to win this. So unfortunately, still down there. But Olympus Amber just falling a little bit behind that middle of the pack section. So they really want to go 3 and 4 here to try to get themselves up and in a comfortable spot for these playoffs. Okay, 5-man invade coming from the side of Pandas with Hats. Hook does not land onto Crazy J. 2 wards from the side of Pandas with Hats in this tri-bush, making sure they get double vision, I guess.
Okay, so this is actually perfect since I am the level 1 king of FOF, as I am named myself. They actually made a tiny misplay when it comes to this invade. They should be walking through that bush if you see in the river and hug that wall up into the point where they get close to the blue side bush. This allows you to have a longer time in fog of ward. It makes it harder for someone like Rel to see them till the last second. Unfortunately, they didn't do that, so nothing really is impactful though. You just waste some wards and no big deal.
Nothing too crazy. I remember those invades. I feel like those were season 4 staples. I would see like 3 or 4 teams in the first week do that invade. until people were like, no, I'm not falling for it anymore. And it just became like a staple for like a whole season.
It's really strong for like players around this elo.
Yeah.
I think it's not just these elo, it's strong in general. I love when teams do things level 1. You know, seeing a lot more in like LCK. These kind of things with like craziness, like tower diving bot at like level 1. But I don't know if we'll see that, but
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more of those though. A lot of these, you know, a lot of
yeah, I
like
love it.
it sounds like obvious, but like tower dives are an option, and you know, early in the season, most teams are a little too scared to pull that trigger to go for like a tower dive for to count as a play. But it's happened like I think almost every game so far, this week and last week. So everyone picking up their confidence. Okay, level 2 first for the side of Pandas with hats. Hook does not land though, but level 2 now achieved by Olympus Amber's bot lane. No re-engage gonna happen right now. That looked scary for just a second. Bill was really looking for that hook, but accidentally hits a minion.
Despite Bill missing that hook, one of the best things that Bill does as a support is that his level 2 control is extremely strong. Like he's very good at that. He missed the hook there, but his rush for the level 2 is always really strong. That's something that Bill does some of the best in the entire league actually from the support role.
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. I mean, he is a champion. Definitely counts.
Sure.
He's got a hoodie. So, Bill the Pony, glad to see him back playing the stage for Pandas with Hats here for the final season. P-Sweezy taking a lot of damage, but Yushu Yoshi is gonna get ganked here by Float State. Flow State is here for the gank, but not too much damage is actually happening onto this Camille. Flow State actually has to run away now. Yushu Yoshi trying to exert more pressure, but P-Sweezy is here to help with the fight now. It's a proper 1v2. Yushu Yoshi running really low, has to chug those health pots, flash forward. First blood goes over to P-Sweezy. Pandas with Hats, first blood.
Okay, that was a little overzealous gank from Flow State. They ganked Camille with a ginormous minion wave, and unfortunately they took so much damage. But Yu Yoshi just said, "I just want to keep battling. I gotta respect it. They like battling. I like battle. Women appreciate it. Gonna come and gank these
here we go. Crazy J going in with the Rel W. Bill the Pony now has to get his flash up and then hooks away from the rest of the fight, but flash forward from Toke Life gets that kill over to Olympus Amber's bot lane. Quote trying to get some in there. Okay, Crazy J flashes forward, gets the stun onto Quote, has to jump, and now Quote does not have flash or ghost available. Now 4 members of Olympus Amber are here. Red the chair flashing forward, getting that kill onto Quote. 2 kills now for Olympus Amber. Oh, but Quote gets the return kills. Probably should have waited for the wave, but still got the kill.
Yeah, we were talking about tower dives and how rare they used to be, and now they're pretty prominent in this season. And fortunately, a little overzealous from the Silas. You got to wait for the minion wave there, and you know, Women Appreciate It also should have probably took a tower shot or 2, but really good for the side of OA. They get an experienced lead on their bot lane. Good play.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm curious to see how this dragon will transpire.
Run back.
15. Okay, Flow State decides to come back. Okay, took a minion. All right. Okay.
my bad. He just walked, used his passive and bounced.
Helping P-Sweezy. I think the idea is here helping P-Sweezy, pushing the wave so Sweezy can get it back off. Spicy Baba has to push Red the chair away, flashes away from Crazy J's roam. Nice roam from him, able to expend Baba's flash. So Olympus Amber exerting a lot of pressure here. Crazy J also being one of the star supports from this team. Obviously, this team is 2-4, but at the same time, not to mention, like, you know, these teams have also been playing really well in all their losses. Like, sure, Pandas with Hats is 0-6, but, like, please go rewatch their VODs. Like, some, if not most of them, Pandas with Hats is winning the early game, you know?
The early game is always pretty strong. It's really odd for, like, teams that, towards the bottom of the league. Oh, we're gonna see a tiny engage.
Okay, Spicy Baba getting engaged on. Yeah, lots of damage onto Spicy Baba means he can't be so confident to push up this wave. Red the chair exerting so much energy, and yeah, I'm curious to see how this Pandas with Hats will go down, because Flow State is here. Flow State is the substitute jungler, I believe, for Pandas with Hats, originally Mako Shark. Oh, now starter? I'm so sorry. Okay, now starter. Okay, new starter. Good to know. But with Mako Shark was so into, you know, playing those insanely aggressive like assassin junglers trying to get those
Yeah.
early leads like Kha'Zix or something like that, and would always successfully get them. But like Pandas with Hats, unfortunately, just could not keep the momentum going, could not actually do anything with these early leads. Granted, most of the early leads were still kind of even or close enough that it really did just mean one team fight and it sways the other way. But Pandas with Hats, I'm really looking forward to see how Pandas with Hats decide to go for these early aggression with flow state and actually do something with it.
Yeah, so one of the reasons I got subbed into the jungle in Mythic, and one of the reasons that I started playing tank junglers and field state junglers is just so much easier to play around, right?
Sure.
One of the problems you were talking about is PWH's jungler. She liked to play carries, and it's hard for your lanes to play around carries, junglers. It's not like impossible, but it's harder. There's a lot more communication that has to go with it. A lot more champions that you have to play. Like, you have to play around that kind of jungle. Well, if you play Volibear and Maokai and all these cringe characters, you just help your team. You're essentially a Yumi if you really think about it.
By playing tank or supportive junglers, you're a Yumi. Okay.
I mean, you're actually just a slave. Like, you're slave
Okay.
Leia, just in the jungle.
Got it. Okay.
Totally
I
not
see.
biased.
Right.
I'm not Kofi.
No, I'm with you. I mean, like, it's such a curse at FOF because you're always like, you're on camera, especially if you're new to FOF, you're on camera, you want to show off, you want to make sure that you're having these good performances. And, a lot of these newer players are coming from solo queue, build a pony, walks and face checks into 3 members of Olympus Amber. But a lot of damage onto quote. Flow state is here. They might try to force something. Crazy J jumps forward. Flow state running really low right now. Jumps forward onto the 80 carry. Does go down. Spicy Baba has arrived to the fight. Crazy J and Choke Life now with barely any HP have to just backpedal and walk away and retreat. But still a 2-for-1 in favor of Olympus Amber out of all of that.
Both played that very well. They saved the fight, really, which should have been a clean sweep, honestly. They got a lot of damage from their pull on the flowers, and of course Syndra's backing up the bot lane play with their TP, I believe, is saved a really bad fight into a less of a disaster.
Yeah, great TP by Spicy Baba. And now we have the rest of the members of Pandas with Hats trying to salvage his lane right now. Build a pony, heading over there to just keep the minion wave in a desirable spot. P-Sweezy running back to the top lane. A little bit of control onto this Rift Herald. We have both junglers hovering this top side right now. I think Flow State might look for something here. He's scanning that tri-bush and starting to walk towards Yushiyoshi. Yushiyoshi is actually checking right now to see if there's any gank. Oh, but decides and sees that Flow State is here, decides to engage, and Woman Appreciator is here for the fight as well. Flow State activates the Maokai ultimate, but nothing will actually happen out of all of that.
Yeah, Maokai keeps trying to make this gank when the lane is pushing in, which is fine because, Camille has to run farther, but the wave is so big that it's going to make it so hard for Sweetie to help. And this is a play I like to see on it. Right? The Rift Herald is extremely strong in this season. I think it's incredibly underrated and not 10-minute. Rift Herald is really strong for getting these power plays.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, today I feel like we've been seeing Rift Heralds all over the place. So much pressure.
Yeah.
Within that Rift Herald pit, the past 3 games.
Holding
the
invade?
Rift Herald being the decisive factor of a lot of macro moments. Flow State getting invaded by Woman Appreciator, just trying to get a red buff. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Nautilus ult hits Toke Life, but out of everything that's going on right now, nothing actually transpires. The rest of Pandas with Hats are able to leave. Build a Pony tries to hook himself out, doesn't make it out. Yushiyoshi is here, picks up the kill onto Build a Pony. Oh, nice stun onto Yushiyoshi. A couple more autos. Quote takes down Yushiyoshi, decides to try to pick a fight with Toke Life. There's a lot of feathers on the ground. Does he try to go for this fight? No. In the end, nothing happens. Meanwhile, in top lane, a bunch of stuff is actually happening if we can get camera over there. Big fight was happening. 2 people on the side of Olympus Amber is down. Now 2 members on the sides of Pandas with Hats, P-Sweezy and Red the Chair. The only 2 people left from this gigantic fight that was happening. Red the Chair to try to find the healing to keep himself alive, but doesn't get it. P-Sweezy just knocks him in the face.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on the top side. Unfortunately, directed camera and these kind of issues, but OA was just, I don't know, they put a 10 up there. They were there forever. Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna see it now. They're still fighting over this red buff.
Yeah. Okay, break it down for me. What do we got?
All right, we're gonna see. I think that was a Silas ult from Maokai, and we're gonna see like it's almost like a pincer move here. Spicy Baba has Prio over the mid lane, and Squeezy is gonna, I assume, ult someone in. They're still battling over this poor red buff. All right, yeah, he slams them in. The huge ult, and then the W was a little lackluster, but Crazy J on the side of Syndra. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
I can't believe this fight happened. Oh my god, I thought this was over like 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, I thought it was literally a red buff and leave, but yeah, all of this was transpiring while that bot lane fight was happening. Great play by Spicy Baba and P Sweezy to try to keep that fight alive. P Sweezy playing this game really well.
So not only is the issue is that they lost the members, they lost gold overall. They lost huge waves. If you can see in the mid lane and the top lane, there's ginormous waves coming down, and they're going to lose a lot of that income and even make them lose even more gold from an overall net negative play. It's now a huge negative.
Right. Yeah, okay, up next, 1 minute on this dragon. Build a pony, first one at that pit to get vision control of it. He'll be able to back and reset his wards should he decide to, if he wants. Crazy J also hovering this dragon pit now that he's arrived towards this bot lane. Okay, lots of tension.
It's about like, I think like 40 seconds or so on this dragon, so I want to see these lanes start to get prio, then move towards this dragon. It's only the second dragon, so it's not like huge. You want to like lose the game over it, but stacking these dragons is really important, as we're going to see. All right, so right now top has prio. Mid is on the side of PWH when it comes to prio, and bot lane should be also PWH. So PWH should have the first move for this dragon.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Pandas with Hats can be the first ones to arrive to it. Looks like the vision control is heavily in their favor at the moment, so we're gonna have to see how these laners treat the this dragon take. Woman Appreciator dropping the Rift Herald and decides to gank Spicy Baba, who is currently flashless. Spicy Baba goes down to Red the Chair and Woman Appreciator while they drop the Herald at the same time. Great decision making right there. Build a Pony finds a route onto Crazy J. Flow State has also arrived to the fight. Maokai ulti is live. Rel ulti goes live as well. But this is going to be a quick, easy kill for Quote on the side of Crazy J. Toke Life not going to be able to re-engage or anything, and no actual fight will continue. But Dragon now still in hands of Pandas with Hats should they decide to try to control it, or they decide to walk towards this mid lane. But the rest of Olympus Amber do see this.
Let's do the dragon, guys. Yeah? No, we're not gonna bet. We're gonna need the dragon. Yeah? Alright, we got some fruit snacks. There we go. Some Scooby snacks are taken. Overall, smart play by PWH. They saw the two-man gank, and they decided to make a play on the opposite side of the map, which is the correct play most of the time, and they got this kill, and this should be a dragon secured. Nice smite. Flow State. Missed that on camera, and we'll make sure to talk about that. Hopefully it really hurts their confidence.
Love you, Flow State. Love you, Flow State.
Yeah,
Welcome
yeah.
to
Welcome to FOF.
FOF Season 7. Okay. All right. Game stat is still pretty close. Good kill onto Spicy Baba, giving Red the Chair an extra kill. Now, I am curious on how Red the Chair will pilot this Silas. Red the Chair also being, you know, obviously Olympus Amber hasn't had the best record so far, but in their games, Red the Chair has been one hell of a mid laner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually... Oh. Hey, I was gonna say, I'm actually really surprised that Silas is keeping up with Syndra and farm. You know, when you pick Silas, you're almost expecting to go down and with a lot of farm. We're gonna see a tiny engage. I'm surprised. Set? Patrick? Addleton? Okay, I was gonna say Set should beat the crap out of this Camille with this level advantage, and we're gonna see this super Stop. No. Oh. Patrick, why? What are you doing? I'm getting tilted. All right, okay, sorry. I was gonna say this is like a stranglehold in the top lane when it comes to the freeze, and they just decided to bash it and get rid of their advantage.
Okay, Woman Appreciator is here for another dive onto Spicy Baba. Just a couple seconds away from Flash. P Sweezy decides to teleport in to try to pick up a kill. Woman Appreciator is trying to find a way out. P Sweezy is preventing a proper exit. Okay, a teleport has come to try to help for this fight against P Sweezy, but Pandas with Hats members are starting to arrive to the fight. P Sweezy, big shield, does get a lot of damage off, but 4 members are able to take him down still. Can't 1v4 just yet. Sorry, Patrick, not there yet.
I like that. That was a fast, like really fast reaction to that play from OA, and that play does not work unless you have fast reactions. You know, Set should really dunk Women Appreciator with their sexism alone. Is Set sex? No, sex. No, Set loves their mother. Okay, no sexism from Set. But
Right.
that was the only reason that play works on A is because of their fast reaction to it and their ability to trust their teammates, which is something that a lot of teams at the bottom struggle with, right? A lot of teams just don't struggle. They struggle with like trusting their teammates because you're losing so much. But that play looked like there was zero hesitation.
Yeah, I actually really like that play. I actually really like a lot of Olympus Amber's play throughout this whole game. They were looking a lot more coordinated than they were in previous weeks. Hopefully, shoutouts to their coach, Winter. Read the chair getting stunned by Spicy Baba throughout all this. Nothing big is going to happen here, but one tower, first tower, is finally going to be taken down in favor of Pandas with Hats. Although there is a killed lead for Olympus Amber. Pandas with Hats have a good map state at the moment. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Rift Herald being taken by Women Appreciator and 3 other members of Olympus Amber. This might just cue Pandas with Hats to keep pressuring this bot tower because it's going to take some time for them to actually back. But Nautilus ulti goes onto Red the Chair. Everyone is trying to get a piece of Red the Chair before he dies. Spicy Baba actually goes down to a tower shot out of everything and evens it out for 1 kill to 1 kill. Build a pony, okay. A little spooky. Crazy J charging a little bit towards them. I don't think anyone's close enough to really make anything happen here, but Pandas with Hats get up a tower, kill for kill, and Rift Herald for the side of Olympus Amber.
Can we just talk about that? These are the 2 of the bottom teams in the league, and they're making smart macro plays where Crazy J is going to battle 1v3 support.
Crazy J decides to just face check the bush to see if they were still hiding anywhere. But great plays from them. Toke Life is actually continuing this. Build Opponent goes down, and now Flow State is the only one left to try to escape, but the rest of Olympus Amber are able to pick up 2 more kills, and we have a frozen screen. Okay, we're back.
A little overzealous from Crazy J, but I understand now they're trying to set up for the Kaiser to fly into Spicy Baba. Oh, they lost the purple. Oh, they're dead. No.
Okay, no. Spicy Baba trying to just mess with the jungler a little bit. Took a little more than he could take, and Rift Herald now being dropped here in the bot lane.
I get it.
For Olympus Amber. I mean, I definitely see it. He was trying to mess with him, make sure he couldn't get the Gromp. If Syndra W was available, there's a chance that
No, when I had to learn jungle for FOF, the first thing I was taught by FOF 4-time champion utility monster is your team is trash, but Gromp is better. And
okay.
Yeah, so and I think Syndra was just saying, you know what, my team, they're not me. That Gromp, that's looking really tasty right there. Maybe they like frog legs. I heard frog legs is pretty good.
Gromp is a neutral objective.
According to utility man, yeah, and Gromp. Me as well. I'm now, and you saw me and Raptors as well. Any camp belongs to us, and if you lose these, we're seeing engage here. Let me shut up.
No, dude, you're okay. I mean, just a lot of tension happening here. Yushu Yoshi has a nice flank. Should he get the right angle?
That ward spots
you
out Camille.
See him. Yeah, they are able to spot this out. Now, okay, Olympus Amber is deciding to back out of this a little bit. Even Toke Life is deciding to channel that recall. But Pandas with Hats don't actually know what's happening here. So as long as Olympus Amber decides... Okay, all right. Now that Olympus Amber has shown laners on the sides, looks like Pandas with Hats will decide to just go for the Dragon Take. Now, someone is going to have to respond to this Camille push soon. Unless, actually, this Dragon Take is just that fast.
Okay, so usually I like when teams give up objectives they think is lost, but on the side of OA, I don't like this because of the fact that all of the waves are pushing for OA, and they're going to potentially lose minions on the side of PWH, but they continue this Dragon Dance, but they decide to give it up and think the objective was lost. I think they should have took the fight, but I like that they all decided to, commit to something. I hate when teams just die like 1v10. Well, I love it, but it's not good for your team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I like the patience. I like the idea of just like, okay, they don't think they get this dragon, so they're going to decide to not risk it. Both these teams trying to go for every win that they could possibly pick up. Pandas with Hats hoping for their first win as well. Now,
we are seeing a big difference when it comes to the CS on Sweezy, who has of course been farming, freezing under his tower against Camille for most of the game, which really sucks for Camille. Losing the split push on a Camille is really bad for the character alone.
Right.
when you pick Emil, you want it for the strong foot push, right? Its team fight is fine, but it's not the character you want to see. Purple Worm being battled right now?
Yeah,
Really?
Baron is
Okay.
being taken by the side of Olympus Amber. There's a chance
they don't
Pandas
know.
has no clue where this is. Okay, there is the scry. There's the the far side orb, and then here comes Flow State here with the Maokai ulti, gets the Baron steal from all of this, and that's gonna be Olympus Amber running out of health bars. The rest of Pandas with Hats is trying to force this fight. So much is happening, all these flashes, and Olympus Amber just gets deleted out of all of that, and even Pandas with Hats gets the Baron from that Flow State, able to get that steal. Are you kidding me?
Wow, I was gonna commend Away. That is a very fang call with these Baron, and I love the call actually. You know, the PWH probably didn't know. Just unfortunately, they could not stop Flow State's Giga Chad move of just walking in and hitting the R button. You see how strong Maokai is around objectives, and just we're gonna get a tower from that and the Baron buff. That's huge for PWH. It's a huge swing for them, and this is potentially game swinging. This
Oh
lead now.
my god, cannot believe that just happened. I mean, that's such a crazy gambit. I mean, I definitely see the idea. I don't know if I would go for that Baron call with so many members of Pandas with Hats still in the area. But I mean, I like the idea that they confirmed that, yeah, they don't have vision in there. We can just do this. Let's just try it. And they all committed to it. Now, like, in the end, it was a steal. Like, in the end, that's what got it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, had they got the Baron in the end, like, could have been just a great Baron call. But that steal just changes everything.
I like the call in general. It's a little I don't know. It's a good call, I suppose. It's a little overzealous, tiny bit. If they have different champions, I really love the call. Unfortunately, Silas just does not do Purple Worm very fast. And if you're doing these kind of things, which is something that I love and I tell teams to talk about and do all the time, is Baron is really strong, forcing teams to come to you. Right when you get around these Barons, and it forces the enemy team to walk into you. So the pressure alone of going to Purple Worm is very strong. But I like Baron steals as well. You know, Baron sneaks. Just unfortunately, it just didn't work out. They just tried to get Maokai away from the pit, right?
Yeah, a little bit of better execution, and they get that Baron, and maybe they're able to just run out scot-free. You know, maybe. But
Yeah.
execution is key, and unfortunately, Olympus Amber could not grab that Baron. Now, gamers, let me just bring your attention to this. This is probably the first time in Season 7 where Pandas with Hats is looking pretty strong in the middle game. Okay? We're approaching that end game soon, but we're here in the mid game, and Pandas with Hats, they know what they want. They are clearly smart enough to try to figure this out, or to play this map well. P Sweezy here to defend as well. Might actually start a fight onto Woman Appreciator. Woman Appreciator running really low in health right now. Big shield from P Sweezy. Destroys Woman Appreciator, and P Sweezy completes the 1v2. He's going for Yushiyoshi. Meanwhile, in the top lane, so much is happening. Yushiyoshi is actually able to escape. Double kill just happened for Quote. Meanwhile, now the fight's going to continue. Flow State activates that Maokai ulti. The rest of Pandas with Hats are here to follow HUD, but unfortunately Spicy Baba is taking too much damage. Spicy Baba goes down, but the rest of Olympus Amber now goes down. Toke Life is the only one left here for this fight. Quote goes down to Toke Life. Toke Life ultis to try to get himself a shield. Gets another kill. Bill the Pony is going to go down to Kaisa as well. Toke Life just 1v4 that. Got a triple, yo.
Triple Toke Life, let's go. Okay, we're gonna see Patrick. He's getting that. No, he's getting a salty run back. Let's see if he's
Here it is. He's hunting. There goes the blue trinket. Toke Life
no
able to
salty
just block
run
that
back.
out, though.
Nah, I would have had a sprinted down fountain. You can't do my homies like that. That's a salty run back for sure. Wow, incredible outplay from Kaisa. I was gonna say you're really seeing what I was talking about with this top gap. Oh my god, I just said top gap. Sorry, that was not.
Sure.
This top lead, you know, because Sweezy can essentially 1v3 as we saw earlier, and the 3 levels ahead of the lane opponent, almost 60 CS above. Oh, was that?
Yeah.
I think it's 60. All right, no,
like
I didn't go
that.
to college. Sorry, guys.
P Sweezy. Yeah, me neither. We're seeing P Sweezy actually just be able to just take control of this dragon pit just by walking into it. I mean, Yushiyoshi was the only one starting that dragon, while the rest of the team members were sort of prepping maybe for vision, or I don't know what the call was there. But this dragon is half health at the moment. Pandas with Hats feel very strong right now. They're looking pretty strong. They might just commit to just taking the dragon. Watch these junglers. Okay, that is P-Sweezy taking the dragon. The fight has begun. Quote is getting dove right now, but is able to take down Yushu Yoshi. Spicy Baba goes golden. Sweezy goes down to the rest of Olympus Amber. Quote gets deleted by Red the Chair, and now Olympus Amber are in this fight. Pandas with hats get the dragon, but the rest of pandas with hats are going down. This is going to be an ace for Olympus Amber, a quadra kill for Red the Chair.
Man, old habits die hard for PWH. You know, again, they had this early lead, and their mid game is always lackluster, and we see they get punished again for a weak mid game. This gonna be a huge lead. They should get 2 inhib towers potentially. Here, yeah, should be 2 inhib towers, I think, unless Bill the Pony decides to 1v4 do it, Bill. Do it for me.
Sell all their items, build AP, and then just go full damage.
He won't do it.
No, he
won't.
Quote. Okay,
okay.
Actually, he
The chair,
decides to go for the Nautilus fault. Red the Chair goes down to Quote. Good response by Bill the Pony. We were messing around, but he actually went for it. Well done by Pandas with hats, but that's an inhibitor down, 2 turrets down. For Olympus Amber, pandas with hats have to be screaming. They had such a good position there.
Yeah, when you were like in middle school, did you guys ever have like battles in like rafts? You know what I mean? Where you guys would like go into a raft in like a pool, and then you guys would start battling on the raft, and you push each other side by side.
In a raft?
Yeah.
No.
Like a okay.
No.
What about like a pool tube?
Oh, and like. What do you mean, like battle it out? Like they're standing on like a platform and they're like
you're
fighting.
in the pool, and then you purple worm was taken. I was gonna talk about like the floaties and stuff in pools, and then you start battling each other with like pool things. What the hell are they called?
Like pool noodles?
Yeah, pool noodles. I was gonna say that this is the game, and it's just back and forth, and both teams are losing. This is the longest analogy of all time. My bad.
It's okay.
I was gonna say this is exactly what this game is like. There's a lot of pool noodling, back and forth, seesawing, and I think they're battling for the last glizzy actually at the barbecue.
All right, dude. All right. All right, man. Pandas with hats up 3 dragons right now compared to Olympus Amber's 1. I mean, this whole day has felt like anytime a team gets the majority dragons, they're actually losing. In the end of it, but maybe we'll see pandas with hats try to take this down. Cool. Olympus Amber now just pressuring that top side.
Yeah, we're gonna see Sweezy, of course, with this huge lead in the top side. He's becoming a legitimate problem, actually. He's kind of like me at the gym, right?
All right. Yes. Okay.
Just a complete another problem, right? Just no one could stop them. I want to say Sweet. He's gonna take the red buff as well. He's like, yeah, you know what? Screw my 80 carry. You don't need that. I want this.
Yeah,
oh, Ben, what are you?
Flash forward from Bill the Pony, tries to get that hook, gets the Nautilus ulti onto Woman Appreciator. That's a pick right away. A little bit before, it's still a minute and a half over this dragon, but they're able to get a pick out of nowhere thanks to Bill the Pony.
Yeah, unfortunately, Slice has the wins again. Woman Appreciator goes down. And we're going to see PWH with this pick potentially end the game.
Yeah,
that was actually a really smart flash by Bill.
Now we have P-Sweezy and Yushu Yoshi now battling it out.
Here's the problem.
Battling it out here. Yeah, here's the problem right here. But P-Sweezy is able to defend. P-Sweezy and Yushu Yoshi have teleports should they decide to arrive for this push. But I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like this 4-man push is going to work just well into the champions of Olympus Amber. So we'll see how Pandas with hats starts to assign their lanes.
See, I was joking about, Sweezy being like me at the gym, but he's legitimately going to be the biggest problem for OA. They have no one that can go near them. There's no, you don't want to see, it's getting to the point where, if you see set on the map, you just want to go on the opposite side of the map. The Shradden's coming up soon, and when it comes to split push, Patrick is just going to have, Sweezy, is just going to have extreme prior over everything, and Camille's on the top side, and we're going to see PWH is a team, especially Bill, coming from this team, we see this huge changes. PWH loves getting to dragons first. They're always there first. And this is something that Bill is really, that's his footprint, right?
Yeah.
They get the first here, and then see if they walk through the choke. One Appreciator might go down again. Okay.
This is Soul for Pandas.
This is Soul. This is a
with
huge,
Hats.
yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge tipping point for Pandas with Hats should they need it. I mean, Pandas with Hats, I can't even tell if they're winning or losing. Sure, they have an inhibitor down, but they look so strong at the moment. Yushu Yoshi pushing that top lane. The teleport has begun, but this dragon gets deleted immediately. Pandas with Hats can just decide to leave. They're looking to just retreat, but Olympus Amber have begun the fight. Frontline has begun to dive. Woman Appreciator going for Quote, but Quote is able to keep himself alive. Okay, Woman Appreciator, Crazy J, and Red the Chair. Only one's left, but so much damage coming from Quote. Deletes Red the Chair and Woman Appreciator. Same with Crazy J. And finally, a clean ace for the side of Pandas with Hats. They're going to look to run down this bot lane. They're going to try to get as much as they can. I don't think this is game, but they're going to try to get this inhibitor.
That was so smart from PWH. I wish that we can get a replay. Maybe we'll give it to the bat, but when they got that dragon, they walked back into the choke, allowing their team go into this fed. Huge Zaya. We're going to see right here. Pause right here if we can. Okay, we're not going to pause. NA production, my bad. You see this little choke up here near the blue buff? They're going to force OA to walk into this extremely fed Zaya and this extremely fed set who love AoE damage right there. See how Quote walks up. The backline walks up. Sweezy goes and ganks the other side of the backline. You're gonna see Sweezy just W1 shot the Kaisa, and from this point on, the fight is completely in PWH's hands just because of the back turn and going towards that blue buff. Extremely smart from PWH. This might be their game. I told you, call me a prophet.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I mean, you got Soul, you got 25 kills on you right now. You have so much pressure. You have Build the Pony playing the Vision game so well. I mean, what more could you ask for if you're Pandas with Hats? I mean, they do have to protect this mid lane inhibitor. I mean, should Olympus Amber get one more kill, like one more big fight, this could be a little dangerous for Pandas with Hats. So they got to play it a little more cautiously. They have to be very patient here. They've been playing this middle and end game really, really well. They just have to keep it up.
Smart. Okay. PWH is playing really smart. Whoever is the shot caller for this team deserves a lot of props for this game. I'm impressed. Again, this is an 0-16, guys.
I mean, 10th place team beat first place team last week, so I mean,
That's
I don't
true.
know what
this is
to
a crazy
expect
season.
anymore.
I don't know. The script writers, Chris Sung, really snapping
Right.
out.
Yeah, script. Right. I have written that.
Can we like get different script writers? I noticed one team that's really bad, but literal inting jungler continues to win.
Yeah, I made it so UB doesn't win the season. We're good.
All right, thank you, because I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
tired of seeing this man win when he's the worst player ever. Sorry.
Okay, well. Pandas with Hats in a commanding lead right now. They've got Soul. They've got a great position right now to try to push towards down these bases. We're going to see how they decide to play these side lanes and where they start to sort of assign themselves. Baron is up within the next 30 seconds. We might see Pandas with Hats try to just protect all of their vision in there. Oh, actually, I'm so sorry. That's Olympus Amber's vision. Olympus Amber has so much vision in that Baron pit right now. Pandas with Hats might need to try to eradicate some of it, get their own control. Do they want to just rush down this Baron upon spawn? Maybe. They have the condition that P Sweezy can keep pushing, worst case. I mean, you can see Olympus Amber scouting them out, scouting out the pit. Pandas with Hats can honestly just keep up a lot of pressure right here. Little stun onto Yushu Yoshi. Ooh, takes him down to half health. So much damage. Spicy Baba. Okay, the fight has begun. P Sweezy has begun his teleport. Yushu Yoshi gets deleted immediately. And 3 members of Olympus Amber's health bars are also getting removed. And that's just out of nowhere. Pandas with Hats gets so much damage onto all members of Olympus Amber. Clean ace within a 5-second team fight. I feel like they could go for end right now, but they're gonna go for this Baron. Maybe they can go for end right after, but another fight goes in favor of Pandas with Hats.
Again, it's just a really smart fight by PWH while they play this. Really great ult by Spicy Baba. In between that, they're gonna take this purple worm and potentially win the game. I love that PWH. Okay, did you just see a disrespect? Was that just me where they stood still and let the purple worm attack them for a second?
I think they were waiting for Crazy J to come up.
No. They're doing it's for disrespect.
Or not Crazy J, sorry. Sure, yeah.
It was completely another for disrespect. There's no way. They just they looked at the purple worm and they're like, yeah, listen, I'm gonna eat you. I assume you eat purple worm. I don't really know what happens when you kill it.
How you get the buff.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know that like when like they used to put like worms and like vodka at the bottom. I think it's like what happens. Just instead of getting extremely annihilatedly drunk, you just buff your friends. So,
Pandas with hats up 5k right now. 4 dragons and still in their pockets at the moment. All 5 members now marching it down. They're opting for the death ball strategy. They do have Baron right now. They're just gonna march everyone towards this tower. They're saying we have to end it. We have to just go for push right now, and they're gonna be able to do it. Not enough Olympus Amber members are here, but some of them are waiting in the wings a little bit. They might try to force something from the side. Maybe look at Yoshi and Red the Chair. Oh, they are gonna get spotted out. No engage can happen from the side of Olympus Amber. 2 inhibitors down on their side as well. And Pandas with hats just dancing in their base, waiting for someone to mess up or something, or waiting for the next objective to come up. Elder Drake in 1 minute.
I like it. This Camille is off towards the side. You know, they have TP up. Maybe they can TP behind and try to lock down Zaya. That'd be the play you see. I think it's up towards the blue buff. It's going to be a long TP flank, but I think it's their best option. I don't think a straight 5v5 is going to work. I think you have to split the tight up. We're going to see. Maybe they dive onto these towers, but I don't know. Sweezy is just so strong right now. I think they could dive Nexus Tower, to be honest.
I agree with you. I kind of want to see just a straight up Nexus dive right now. P-Sweezy going for a little bit of engage. I kind of want to see it, but I mean, if you're Pandas with hats right now, you're really trying to hold on to this lead. You're trying to hold on to everything. Don't risk everything for the sake of a play. You know, safety. We're okay with this. Better safe than sorry. They're able to push Yoshi out of this fight. Yoshi is trying to find some kind of angle, or at least trying to stop these super minions from trying to enter their base, and looks like he's succeeding in doing it. But
yeah, they're trying to cut the waves off, but unfortunately, you know, they still have mid supers, right? So you're cutting off the bot that's fine, but mid supers with Baron buff is still going to be extremely strong against these towers, and still just going to beat them up over and over again. Eventually, they're going to have to fight Elder Dragons up. Okay, PWH is playing really simple. You can tell this is a team that they really want this first win in the bag, and they're playing very safe. Yeah, I don't know. I would have dove Nexus Tower. I gotta say, someone that plays set. Oh no, they're gonna walk in really smart by PWH here.
Woman Appreciator going for the face check, and Pandas with hats is here to respond. Toke Live gets removed. Crazy J gets removed. Flow State now on a killing spree. Yoshi has to flash out, but that's a nice attack from Quote, able to get another member. That's 2 members of Olympus Amber stunned up and going to be knocked up as well. Pandas with hats, ladies and gentlemen, you were here. Pandas with hats, first win against Olympus Amber here, week 4, Friend or Foe, season 7.
It's the Build a Pony buff. It's time.
Build a pony buff.
Really great shot on PWH this game. I mean, whoever is doing the, we're gonna have an interview for Quilt, by the way. You know, this is the first win. Sorry, Sherigan, but I need to know who is shot calling this game. They played in fantastic. Whoever the shot caller was. I know their Cinder went like 5 and 10, but yeah, I'm not gonna flame them. But maybe if they're the shot caller, they've had a fantastic game. Perfect. 5 and 10 doesn't matter if they were shot calling.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, if you got the win.
PWH, the first dub it's the dream.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, I need to talk about this. All right, FP was like 0 and 16 last season, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. They're now at the top. They're tied with AWE, right? They're 5 and 1. You know, Pandas with hats is 0 and 6, but now they have a dream too, right? Imagine the dankest timeline. I know you're a scriptwriter, and I'm trying to convince you here, right? But imagine a PWH with the Build the Pony buff skyrockets to first place to take it and beat their old nemesis. You know, Bill was kicked from UB, and that's not true, but that's just the timeline I'm writing for the script, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see they win. You know what? PWH is not losing a game this season. No, from now on, we're putting in the power rankings. Number 1.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Pandas with hats, first place, 100%. You heard it from Brendan. I mean, I'm super excited to see how Pandas with hats continues, but I still have questions on what the roster is. I don't know 100% how Flow State is integrating well with the team yet. Because before we had really good early games from Pandas with hats. This one felt a little more even. This one didn't feel like Pandas with hats had all that aggression in the early game. So I'm curious to see how this continues. But I mean, at the same time, they won today, so I mean, maybe all of the early aggression is what was making them lose. Who knows? But you know, trends are trends, and yeah, Pandas with hats get their first victory here in week 4. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will get an interview with Pandas with hats. Normally, we don't do an interview for the last 2 games, but since it's their first win, I believe we have quote on standby for this interview. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out Friend or Foe Connect, ffesports.com/prize. Make sure you vote for an MVP. Vote for who won or who was the best player for this game for Pandas with hats. Shout out Logitech G, Academy of Art, and Adobe Creative Cloud, and we will catch you guys for the last game of the night. See you later.
Hello, folks, and welcome back. We have got Quote here on the interview desk, and I gotta say, congratulations, Quote, pulling out Pandas with Hats' first victory.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I gotta ask you, so I know that there was a little bit of a roster shift with the jungle being swapped out. How has that really affected things? Is that kind of like one of the key big gameplay changers?
I think it shifted our style as a team. We definitely aren't as aggressive in the early game as we used to be, and in general, I think flow state is not as vocal as Mako was, so it's allowed other voices, primarily Bill's, to step up and fill more of that role. So yeah, we're a bit more stable, I think, but also a bit less. That's not always a good thing. So a bit less explosive in the early game. We were getting leads before, and we're not really getting that big of leads now. So yeah, that's the biggest change probably.
So would you say that Bill's been pulling his own weight?
Yeah, the main reason Bill is here mostly is for communication issues and also helping with some out of game stuff with how we were like doing VOD reviews and talking about problems and stuff. So definitely, yeah. He also had some pretty good engagements on the Nautilus in that game and everything. So yeah, I think he's pulling his weight for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. So who's the one who's been doing all the shot calling? Because obviously, like, y'all seem to have, like you mentioned, a much more kind of like stable game, and it seemed there were some really smart decisions, like that Baron bait, the final dragon, where you like all kind of looped around back to that tri-brush and just hid there waiting, and then poor Women Appreciator ran in there and just got completely blasted right in the face.
Yeah, the primary voice in that game was definitely Bill. A lot of the big macro calls, like the two you just mentioned, the Baron bait and then the Death Bush at the end, were explicitly his calls. In a game like that where P-Sweezy and I are both ahead and we're strong, we are also talking a lot to make sure the team knows what we need from them to help us be put in the best position we can. But the big picture calls are mostly Bill right now.
Okay. So what would you kind of say then, now that you've got like I hesitate to ask if you would say he's your MVP.
Bill?
Yeah.
If you add the non-gameplay factors, the external stuff, yeah, probably the most important factor in the win.
But otherwise, who would you say the MVP of the team is?
I mean, it's hard to say. It's either me or P-Sweezy, and I think you could go either way on that one, to be honest. Because we were both playing fights really well. He was getting a lot of pressure on the Kaisa, and I was cutting really well, getting really annoying and really hard to kill. So you can go either way on that one. I'm not really sure what I'd pick.
No, it's honestly, it's always good to have multiple MVPs on a team, because that means if one of you gets targeted and locked down, then the other one just has a chance to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that you've got this first win under your belt, and it seems like you've got kind of a little bit of a new team philosophy going forward, what do you think is going to be next for you in this final season of FOF?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just here to do the best I can, basically. I haven't really thought about it beyond that.
I really thought about it. There's no particular team that you wanna have a chance to take down and get a rematch on?
Maybe a rematch against AW would be nice, because I felt like that game was pretty close for the most part. But yeah, that's about it.
That's absolutely. No, I completely agree with you on that, because that's one of the things is like, despite I feel like your record, unfortunately, is not indicative of just how strong of a team Pandas with Hats is, because the losses have always been, you've always had exceptionally strong showing. So to see such a stable game come out this time and see you guys pull out this win and some of the gameplay you made there, I think y'all are honestly a much bigger threat than people think.
Yeah, I think we've definitely also been getting better over the past couple weeks as well.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Quote, I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you dropping in on us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're You're very welcome. All right, folks, with that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go away. We've got one more game coming up. We'll be kicking that off here very shortly. It's going to be a fire one, so don't go away. We'll be right back.